What's going on? You're watching NFL Daily. Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports, and we got some NFL trade rumors to get into. Essentially, if you're looking to find out what's going on around the National Football League in this NFL Week 7, you are in the right place. And to make sure that you never miss anything, I need you to hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 320,000 subs. Turn on those notifications. That way, if something does go down, you don't miss it. This is probably one of the most important weeks with the NFL trade deadline right around the corner on November 1st. I don't want you to miss it. Hit that notification bell. Let's now go to one of the top teams out there that could potentially be selling. Are the Denver Broncos going to do a full-on fire sale? Because let's face it, Denver hasn't looked good whatsoever. I've seen the memes out there on social media that it's Broncos country, let's ride, and instead the ride turns out to be with Jeffrey Dahmer. It has not been good for Nathaniel Hackett, for Russell Wilson, and could they potentially be sellers at the deadline? This morning, ESPN insider Adam Schefter said Broncos have received multiple trade inquiries about defensive end Bradley Chubb, wide receivers Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler, and then other teams believe that the Broncos will not sell low in any deal. Usually teams that sell aren't teams that, let's face it, just paid a quarterback essentially $296 million, but hey, it has not worked out, and Russell Wilson's not playing this week. The player that I really want to focus on, though, right now is Bradley Chubb, because Chubb this season, I think, has actually played phenomenal. You could make the argument he's played like a top 10 edge rusher this year. Yeah, last season he got banged up a little bit. 2020, stellar. We know this. If Chubb is healthy, he can be a premier edge rusher, and in the NFL, you can never have too many edge rushers as far as I'm concerned. The next player mentioned there in the Adam Schefter tweet was wide receiver Jerry Jeudy, the second wide receiver taken. Or maybe it was the third. No, second wide receiver taken in the 2019-2020 NFL draft. He was the guy taken right behind Ruggs, and then it was CeeDee Lamb. Jeudy has a lot of talent. Yes, he's had some drop issues, but the fit right now in this offense, it's not very explosive. If I was a team out there, I would be more than okay giving up some draft capital for Jeudy because to me, he's a talented player. He can be a number one wide receiver in this league. Now, on the other side, to the smaller KJ Hamler, he is a dynamic piece. I grew up being a big-time Penn State fan. I watched Hamler at Penn State with the Nittany Lions. He has the juice to really break away. Now, again, he's not going to be a number one, but if you're looking for a solid wide receiver 3 on your team, Hamler can be that dude. So I want to know down in the comment section right now from everyone tuning in, will the Broncos trade away any players at the trade deadline? And here's something else. We're going to make this the pinned comment on today's show. So you're about to get hit with the YouTube ad break. Scroll on down and give me your thoughts. Let's go to the next topic here. It's around the Carolina Panthers, and are they done selling? When I saw the Christian McCaffrey trade, I was like, all right, this is about to turn into a full-on yard sale. And I can remember going to yard sale shopping with my mother almost once a month. She was addicted to it, I swear. Reports are, though, the Panthers won't sell any young cornerstone players after dealing Christian McCaffrey. This is what Adam Schefter had to say. Carolina rejected an offer of two first-round picks for defensive end Brian Burns, per sources. Carolina now has no intention of trading Burns, Derek Brown, Jaycee Horn, and DJ Moore before next Tuesday's trade deadline. I'll say this. I love Brian Burns. He is a phenomenal player. If it's true that Carolina was offered 2 first-round picks for Burns and they turned it down, I think that's a foolish move. I believe Burns is going to be a good player. I get it. He's a young guy. But, I mean, come on, y'all. You're trying to tank. You're trying to get more first-round picks. And if you don't have a quarterback, you need as many first-round picks as you could potentially have. Now, here's the question. Who's the team that potentially offered up those the 2 first-round picks that Schefter's alluding to? Me and my team here at Chat Sports, we talked about it. And for us, if you're going to give up 2 firsts, you got to believe that you're in win-now mode. Win-now mode or have a desperate need for that position. Kansas City comes to mind. Philadelphia pops up into my head. The Buffalo Bills, you've seen how well that move with Von Miller has worked out. And I get it. They beat Kansas City. But you want to make sure that you beat Kansas City in the playoffs. The Baltimore Ravens are a team that pops up into my mind. I'll say this. multiple teams are going to be interested in Brian Burns. But giving up 2 first-round picks, I don't know, man. So what do y'all think? What team do you believe offered the 2 first-round picks for Carolina Panthers young star Brian Burns? Let me know what y'all are thinking down in the comments. Now, I'm a big person that always says, hey, put your money where your mouth is. If you're going to talk about it, a wise man once said, don't just talk about it, do it. So go to chatsports.com/bet, promo code NFL Daily. If you put down $100, you're actually going to get $125 for free to bet with. You can actually be a big baller, put down $500, get $625 for free to bet with. BetUS is the #1 sportsbook partner in the entire world. We got the #1 deal rocking with them. So if you want to get this amazing deal, you got to go to this link below. You don't go to that link below, you ain't going to get the deal. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code NFL Daily. Let's go to some drama because for whatever reason, the wide receiver position is filled with divas. And I was a big fan of Elijah Moore when he came out of college. I said, this young man's going to be special. Yeah, he fell to New York, and that's usually not a good sign. He didn't travel with the team after demanding a trade, and he was benched this past week. So benched in week 7 because Robert Saleh was like, wait a minute. For the first time, and tell me the last time when the New York Jets were 4-2. They've been underdogs every single game this entire year, and they're 4-2, coming off arguably one of the biggest wins that you've had for a franchise in a long, long time. And then you got your young receiver Moore saying, I want to be traded. If I was an NFL team, this would be just sending alarms off left and right. This just screams, this guy's not a team player. Elijah Moore is not a team player, and personally, it's not a guy I would want even in my locker room anymore. This is what Dov Kleiman had to say. Not only did the Jets make wide receiver Elijah Moore inactive for the Broncos game, but according to Schrags, Moore also did not travel with the team to Denver after he was upset for his lack of touches. Rap Sheet reported this. Moore asked the team to trade him earlier in the week. Good. If I'm Robert Saleh, I do the exact same thing. I mean, this is why I always say, this is why receivers are divas. They are. I mean, it's mind-blowing to me that you could be a 4-2 football team. He's been getting targets. It's just he's not getting the numbers that he wants. So, Elijah Moore, I say shame on you. Now, one of the things that I love that we do here at Chat Sports is we take NFL news like that and we spin it. We spin it in terms of, all right, what type of content would I personally be looking for? I'd be like, all right, well, if he wants to be traded, who are some teams that could potentially make the move? We put out a video. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, it's another reason to hit that subscribe button, another reason to turn on that notification bell. Check it out. Elijah Moore destinations. I think you're going to like it. So type W for weak, type S for soft. Do you think Elijah Moore missing the game is lame? Do you think it's weak, I guess, on the Jets' part? Do you think it's soft on them? I mean, what's your 2 cents on this situation? To me, I think Elijah Moore is weak and soft. So I'm going to type SW, WS, soft, weak. Jeremy just said it sounds like a Saturday night. I'm going to leave that up to him, whatever he wants to do. Elijah Moore, though, it's not a good look. All right, let's go to more trade rumors here around another wide receiver. Got to give a lot of credit to Brandin Cooks, and if there's one receiver that knows how to get traded, it's probably Cooks at this point. And could he be on the move again? Cooks has been traded 3 times in his career and had 6+ 1,000-yard receiving seasons. He's played with some elite quarterbacks. I don't really think many people are going to dispute that. Here's the thing, though. He did just get a 2-year extension. He got an extension in the offseason. It's just when it comes to Houston, it always seems like they're shipping guys off. Ian Rappaport said, big-name wide receivers generating trade interest. Texans wide receiver Brandin Cooks has been the target of multiple calls. Steelers wide receiver Chase Claypool has been in focus, but is not expected to be dealt. Barring a shift, Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy has been the center of calls as Denver sputtered. So you got Brandin Cooks, Chase Claypool, Jerry Jeudy. We'll see what Houston ends up doing. I do know there's plenty of teams right now that need a wide receiver. One of the teams that comes to my mind is the New York Giants. They've had another injury today to a good playmaker. They had their tight end go down. They had Wan'Dale Robinson go down. You got the Green Bay Packers. They've struggled putting up points since they traded away Devontae Adams. The Chicago Bears offense has just been downright ugly. Baltimore has had plenty of injuries. And Kansas City, not that they need it, but you know what? If you can replace or try to replace Tyreek Hill and get an extra playmaker there, you got to try to compete with Buffalo in some way. All right, y'all, that's going to be all we got in store for you today. So if you made it this far in the video, hit that notification bell. And we're going to be doing a live show for the NFL trade deadline. So live coverage, remember, November 1st, 4 p.m. Eastern time is the deadline. The Chat Sports team, we do the best in the biz here when in terms of doing anything live coverage. NFL draft, NBA, whatever it is, we got you covered. Hit that notification bell because next week's going to be a very, very interesting week.